Hi, welcome to National Association of Photoshop Professionals on Facebook. And so yesterday was Valentine's Day, and maybe you had a good Valentine's Day, or maybe like me, you find that you need to go and adjust some of your Facebook images so that maybe a certain somebody is not in your pictures anymore. Well, to remove somebody from your photograph, the first thing that you should do is duplicate the background image. You can drag your background down to the new layer icon at the bottom of the layers palette, or you could just hit Command or Control J to duplicate the image. Now, you might be tempted to grab a big old brush and just paint all over his stupid face so you don't have to see it anymore, but hit Command or Control Z and undo that, because there's a better way. There's a few better ways, and here's one of them. I'm going to use my channels to make a new mask. So I'll find, looking at the red, green, and blue channel layers, which layer I have the most white and he has the most black, so that I can make a mask out of that. Looks like red will be a good choice. Duplicate that by dragging it down to the new channel layer icon. I'm going to rename that mask so we don't forget which one we're working on. And remember, with masks, white reveals and black conceals, so anything we want to get rid of, we're going to paint in black. And that's a pretty quick fix to get us started. Hit Z to get your magnifying glass and zoom in. You can press down your spacebar to get the moving hand, B to get a brush, use your left bracket to make it smaller or your right bracket to make it larger. And I can just go around me, cleaning it up. Because why delete a picture where I look perfectly cute if I can save it, right? Right. So everything we're keeping is going to be white. Command or Control and the minus will help us zoom back out. So far so good, and a good way to move forward from this point would be to get the magic wand tool and click in the black. Command Shift I or Control Shift I to invert your selection, and fill my side of the page with white by making sure white is your foreground color and Option or Alt Delete. Doesn't look like much now, but if we go back to our background copy, we'll put a layer right underneath it and fill that with white. And with your background copy selected, you can Command or Control click right on the mask layer to make sure that's selected. Go back to your background copy and go down to the mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel. Click, and he's out of the picture already. And what I'd like to do is extend this yellow background onto the other side of me so that we don't have too much more work to do. And a good way to do that would be to get your marquee tool. I hit M as a shortcut. Select as much yellow as you can, and Command or Control J to jump that selection up onto its own layer. And let's see, I'm going to do Command Control T for free transform. If you control click on that, you'll get these options, and I'm going to flip horizontal, drag it over to the other side, line it up sort of where I want it, hit return. Looks like a mistake right now, but if you drag it behind yourself, it has done a quick job of extending that background. I'm going to hit Z to get my magnifying glass, zoom in, and with the clone stamp tool and a medium-sized brush, I'm going to Option or Alt click around this end. Whoops. Be careful you don't grab your hair. What you can do is change this option in your options bar from current and below to current layer only. And since I'm on the extended yellow background layer, I'm only going to be cloning areas that I option click on that layer. And I'm not going to take too much time with this now. If it's a picture that you really care about, take more time, obviously. And I would have another shoulder here, but I'm going to crop this down, I think, for Facebook. And I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because I have other stuff to show you. I'm going to go back to the layer that's just me, hit Z to get my magnifying glass and zoom in. And you could work on this mask forever, getting it just how you want it. Remember, you have to have the mask part selected, not the image part of your layer. So with the mask selected and black is your foreground color, you just work on your mask, painting with black anything you want to hide, painting with white anything you want to show. Especially with hair, you could just go around working on this for a long time. But let's just zoom out for now. Hit C for the crop tool. Crop this down. And it is a pretty cute picture of me. Hit enter to commit to the transformation. Don't forget to save as and make it a JPEG for Facebook. And I'm going to close that and bring up another image that I wanted to fix for Facebook. Well, here we are, and I'm going to take a little more time on this because I have a photo from an awesome vacation that I can add this to and just pretend it's from Paris and remember how awesome it was being single. So let's go back to him and me, and this time I'm going to go to paths and make a new path, and Z for the magnifying glass. I'm going to hit P to get the pen tool and really spend some time creating a really good selection of myself. If you put a point down and you want to move where it is, you just hold down the Command or Control key, and that gives you the open arrow. You could drag it back to where you want it. But, you know, to save some time here and, you know, take the cake out of the oven, so to speak, I'm going to drag over a path from another document. And let's zoom out, Command or Control minus, and if we Command click or Control click on the path, that turns our path into a selection. I haven't already duplicated the background layer, but I can still keep my selection active and duplicate that by dragging the background down to the layer icon. My selection is still active, so I can go to the mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel and click on that. It uses my selection to make the mask, so if I hide the background layer, you'll see it's just me now, as it should be. And if you Option, Command, Shift, drag the layer, that's Control, Alt, Shift on a PC. Drag that over to your new image. Now I'm in Paris. And this will work, but the direction of the light in the two photos is opposite. So I'm going to Command T for free transform and Control click to get these options and flip horizontal. And I can position myself here to cover some of these tables and flowers. Grab the ends to resize it however you need. hit enter to commit to the transformation. Looking pretty good already. I think I will duplicate the background layer and go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Give it maybe 1 pixel blur just to help set it off from my image. I can zoom in and work on my mask as we did in the previous image using a black brush to just get rid of anything that is standing out, get rid of any white that's kind of hanging out there, making it look that much less real. Zoom back out. There's tons more stuff you could do to this type of picture. I think I'll do just 1 or 2 more things to this photo for our purposes today, but you could of course work on this mask, especially the hair areas, forever, getting it just right. But again, it's going to be on Facebook, so let's finish this up. The background's a little warmer than the new foreground of just me, so what I think I'll do is go down to the adjustment layer icon and option click on it, select photo filter. Since I had option pressed down, you would press Alt for PC. It gives me this dialog asking, do I want to use the previous layer as a clipping mask? I say yes, and now any adjustment we make here will only apply to me and not to the background. I'm going to bump up the warmness of this using a warming filter. Maybe the one below it works better. That helps them match a little bit better. I'll go back to the layers panel, grab my crop tool, and crop out some of these harsher hair selections I have rather than going in to fix them. And save as, so that I have something that is vacation flowers with me, and put it in my Facebook photos folder. Replace the old one, and once you're done in Photoshop, don't forget to go back to your browser, to your Facebook page, click Edit My Profile, change that profile picture. Once it uploads, you can click Edit Thumbnail, drag that around, click Save, and don't forget to go back into Edit Profile, go under Featured People, and change yourself back to single. Thanks for joining us on the NAP Facebook page. See you next time.